Honorable Speaker, quorum is now present.
Order, Honorable Members. Order of business.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, papers.
Next order.
Order number 5, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Honorable members, I think our statements that were supposed to be issued responded to, the communication here, that the honorable member chairman for agriculture was to respond to, and he has sought that be deferred to next week because he has skirmishes in his ward. So I think that will be noted by the member concerned. That should be Honorable Mengech Rono, was to be responded to, on the issue of NARIC. So I think that bit on the statement should be noted. Next order.
Order number 8, motion.
Honorable Fred Kimboy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand to move a motion on establishment of status on Kenya Urban Support Program project in Kapsabet Municipality. Aware that Article 85, Clause 3 of the Constitution confer the County Assembly powers to exercise oversight over the County Executive Committee and any other county executive organ. Further aware that this House approved the county government budget and expenditure for performance its functions. Considering that the County Assembly approved the Kapsabet Municipal Charter, which create the board of Kapsabet Municipal, whose powers and functions are but not limited to construction and maintenance of urban road and associated infrastructure, municipal market, imposition of fee levies and municipal administration service. Cognizant that the municipal drives its funds and revenue from monies allocation by the County Assembly for purpose of managing its affairs and service delivery. Thus the need for the subjecting its oversight by the county assembly to assure accountability in expenditure of public resources in accordance with Article 201 of the Constitution. The County Assembly therefore resolved to establish an ad hoc committee under Standing Order 195A, comprising of members of the County Assembly drawn from the following areas ward within the municipality, namely Kapsabet, Chemundu, Kosirai and Kilibwani, Chairperson, Budget and Appropriation Committee, Chairperson, Implementation Committee, Chairperson and Vice Chairperson, Administration, and Public Service Committee. The ad hoc committee shall conduct audit of the World Bank program and projects, including footpath, street light, high mast, and market rehabilitation, Kapsabet Municipal Integrated Plan and the board, integrated plan and the board. Its function including expenditure, independence and financial report, and report back to the House within 14 days. Mheshimiwa Speaker, let me take this opportunity to give my friend to second this motion from Kabiet.
Honorable Member for Kabiet. Well, I then proceed to propose the motion by the Honorable Member for Kapsabet on establishment of status on Kenya Urban Support Program projects in Kapsabet Municipality, that aware that Article 185(3) of the Constitution confers the County Assembly powers to exercise oversight over County Executive Committee and any other county executive organs. Further aware that this House approves county government budgets and expenditure for performance of its functions. considering that the County Assembly approved Kapsabet Municipality Charter, which creates the Board of Kapsabet Municipality, whose powers and functions are, but not limited to, construction and maintenance of urban roads and associated infrastructure, municipal markets, imposition of fees, levies, and municipality administrative services, cognizant that the municipality derives its funds and revenue from monies allocated by the County Assembly for purposes of managing its affairs and service delivery, thus the need for subjecting it to oversight by the County Assembly to ensure accountability in expending of public resources in accordance with Article 201 of the Constitution. The County Assembly therefore resolves to establish an ad hoc committee under Standing Order 195A, comprising of members of County Assembly drawn from the following areas: wards within municipality, namely Kapsabet, Chemundu, Kosera, and Kilibwani; Chairperson Budget and Operation Committee; Chairperson Implementation Committee; Chairperson and Vice Chairperson Administration and Public Service Committee. The ad hoc committee shall conduct audit of World Bank programs and projects including footpath, street lighting, eye mast, and market rehabilitation, Kapsabet Municipality Integrated Plan and Board, its functions including expenditure independence and financial reports, and report back to the House within 14 days for deliberation. The Honourable Member for Chepchirwai.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Order, Honourable Speaker.
What is it, Honourable Member Teresa Mayo?
The two honourable members are not keeping social distance.
Honourable Member for Chepchirwai and Honourable Dorcas, you're out of order. Ensure you keep 1.5 meter distance. Proceed, Honourable Member for Chepchirwai.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and also thank you, Mheshimiwa Terry.
Order. Honourable Member for Nandi, you're out of order. Your mask is not on. If you don't have your mask, kindly, Honourable Member for Nandi, ensure you have a mask before you make your way to the Assembly. Member for Nandi. Proceed, Honourable Member for Chepchirwai.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I was also worried because of the dangerous situation the Honourable Member was putting us at. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you for what Honourable One Fred Kemboy has done. I want to say the statement actually that you have just presented to us for discussion is of very much importance. I, being the chair administration where actually these programs actually are being undertaken, I'm much worried that most of the programs actually which were highlighted for implementation 1 or 2 years back, we have not seen anything. I've always been put in task to explain by the honourable members why most of the programs actually which we passed and deliberated in this honourable house 1 or 2 years ago, we have not seen even one where we can just come and say, actually, good, this is the money we get from the donors, and we can brag on and say we have seen something tangible on the ground, actually, which is being implemented. Mr. Speaker, actually, this is one of the programs, actually, which we would have done. It is long overdue. I want to say the committee, actually, which is to be actually tasked to implement and come up with a report, we do with a lot of expertise, so that actually this honourable house can be served with information, correct and reliable information, which actually will not actually be beneficial also not only to this house but also to our municipality residents. I want to say we are going to do work. We will come up with concrete, reliable information because there is a lot of rat and mouse game here because we don't understand where does the municipality deliberate its functions, where does the executive done its functions. We want to come up with a clear, concrete information so that we can separate a store from the kitchen. Because I fail to get information. Whenever actually these members ask me, I don't get information to furnish this house with. So this is what I want to say. Thank you, Honorable Fred, for coming up with this. I've really longed for this, and we will work together to ensure that actually the money, either grants or whatever loans that we are presented to this county to assist our residents or to uplift the life standards of this county actually are put to proper use. We want to account for each and every cent because these are money where people actually have sacrificed for our sake. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. We want to do this with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of energy. We will spend all what we have to ensure that actually these projects, which we highlighted 1 year ago, must be concrete, tangible, and reliable information pertaining to any project. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member for Lesos, Ticharono.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm impressed by the energy by the member of Chepterwoi. Whatever hub he has taken, I wish all members can partake it. Honorable Speaker, listening to Honorable Elfas inspires me, even though I was almost giving up. Honorable Speaker. Reason being, the World Bank funded projects have never fell short of money, Honorable Speaker. Unfortunately, looking at the work going on, it's so disappointing that I was almost making a final fatal decision. But I'm impressed by what Honorable Elfas has said. We must get value for money. Honorable Speaker, there is this belief that that money is not free. It's not free. It is a loan from the World Bank. World Bank does not give free money. This money is going to be paid by us, by our children, and our children's children. But then, why should our children pay for money without getting value for the work the money was intended for? So, Honorable Speaker, I must thank Honorable Fred, who has been so loud about these projects. I remember that day you were fighting against this project from Chebarbar instead of the market. Unfortunately, we have had enough money, Honorable Speaker. I met one of the officers running these programs, and I was asking why they rushed the integrated development program. And she told me, we don't want to miss out on the next allocation from the World Bank. So I was wondering, is it about the money? It's about the money. The project has taken more than 2 years before completion. Honorable Speaker, looking at that project, specific project, the non-motorized walkway, it's supposed to be 4 meters wide. So Honorable Elfas, Honorable Gideon, yourself, Honorable Speaker, I believe you will be in that committee because I support it. Honorable Fred, the first business that you must do, if possible, is to stop that project before it proceeds. Until we ascertain, number one, the terms of contract. Number two, the bill of quantities. We must stop that project. We must stop that project. Today I was discussing with Honorable Terry, and we were wondering whether that project in the first place was a priority. Honorable Speaker, are we getting value? I was surprised that the company has already been paid 23 million shillings. Honestly, Honorable Speaker, 23 million shillings. Do we get value for this money? 23 million shillings for the kind of work they have done. So I support this motion and thank Honorable Fred that you will come up with a report that when read 10, 20, 30 years from today, people will understand that you did something for the people of Nandi. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member for Nandi, Gideon Koech.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to also support this motion on establishment of the status of Kenya Urban Support Program projects in Kapsabet municipality. Mr. Speaker, I think I am equally surprised, and I don't know whether to say surprised. I don't know which term can be used. Around 2 years, 2 years since Kapsabet Kapsabet was conferred the municipality status and it's getting allocation, there is nothing substantive, there is nothing tangible to be seen within this municipality. Mr. Speaker, the most unfortunate part is also the board that we approved here seems not to know what is going on, even themselves. Then you wonder who knows and who is this acting on behalf of the municipality if it is not its board. Mr. Speaker, I just passed by the other day, almost just across Kapsawet Boys, saw the kind of workmanship going on here for the footpath. You are so ashamed to say that you are a leader in this county. Even the so-called culverts that have been installed, just facing Shell, it already broke down, Mr. Speaker, and the work is still going on. You wonder what's happening. These are resources that are available. You cannot say that we went for requisition in Nairobi and there was no money. Mr. Speaker, I am also in agreement with this motion because of one thing. Kenya Urban Support Program, the funds allocated for this project include support to establishment of other municipalities or town setups in this county. To date, we have not attempted even to do what we call town management committees in various other towns that qualifies for the same, when this money is supposed to do the same. Nandi Hills, for example, is supposed to already have had its IDEP, Integrated Development Plan, from the funds allocated for this municipality, because that is part of the purpose for the money. But unfortunately, that is not the case. You will find work being done, left, right, center, some renovations here and there, just that are geared towards making a kill out of these funds that Honorable Mengej has just said will be paid by our children's children. Mr. Speaker, I also urge our colleagues to support this establishment of this particular ad hoc committee to look into these funds and furnish this house with work plans, projects completed, paid, how much do we still have, why is it that projects are stagnating, so that we can be reading from the same page. Mr. Speaker, as Honorable Mengej has said, these are things that will go in history. Let us always have, even if sometimes maybe we come up with a report that falls on deaf ears, history will also judge us that we did our part. Even, I don't know, I am not good at the Bible. Even when Jesus was about to be crucified, I don't know whether it was Pilate or who washed his hands before handing over for crucifixion. So we need also to wash our hands so that the people of Nandi can judge for themselves where really the problem is, Mr. Speaker. So I support fully, and I think all of us need to support and rally behind this good motion that Honorable Fred has brought to this House which touches all of us, because the face of Nandi is here in Kapsabet. Were it not for the Kura to come and do the patching of Kapsabet roads, we will still be having potholes at the right CBD in Kapsabet when we have Kenya Urban Support Program money. So I support. Thank you.
Honorable Teresa Mayo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also rise to seriously support this motion and sincerely thank Honorable Fred for coming up with it, and I support it in totality. It's only that it's a bit too late. I really wish it was done even before prioritization of the urban support program projects money. Honorable Speaker, I'm not a roads engineer, but the works happening as we drive towards town, the soft soils that is used as marram, the terrible scene that is seen on that construction. We are seeing a very tiny lane amidst bushes on the road. When you try to compare with what we see in Eldoret town, I'm just wondering who bewitched us. And I don't know how government works. 2 years down the line, the same money, which could have even saved the women who are selling vegetables on the tarmac, who are fighting day in, day out for space at the open market, who are now selling green maize in the field that we have some kiosks which have been lying for like 6-7 years ago, trying to go home with something to feed their families. You feel like crying, you feel like mourning, you feel like, I don't know. But whatever is happening in this county, God is seeing us. When we have money, I thought it was grant. I'm now learning from the honorable teacher that even the children of my children are going to pay for that money. The very poor citizens that we are representing. In my entire life, I've never believed in failure. Then you wonder what makes everything fail almost at the same time here. 2 years, we have the money, we have the resources, we have the brains, and then nothing is seen to be happening. We have employed the engineers, the supervisors. What are they supervising? When everything we are looking at, even from a layman's eye, defeats logic. Honestly, let me pray that this ad hoc committee swings into action, serious action as soon as possible, and salvage the shame that died. At least some of us are carrying that shame very, very seriously in our hearts. And it's likely to cause us diseases. You wonder, you just feel ashamed that you are part of a system that is doing what we are saying, Honorable Speaker. It's so heavy for me. I support it in totality, and I pray that the honorable members listed swings into action as we support so that at least we save the image of this county. This is the face of our small town. The town that I've crisscrossed like over 1,000 times, and I have something that is attached to me to this town. If I can see something that is pleasant, that is going to go down into our history, in our memories, it can at least uplift our spirits, Honorable Speaker. I do support in totality, in the loudest terms possible. Thank you.
Honorable Walter Teno.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm also raised to support the motion. Totally, Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank Honorable Fred, Honorable Speaker, because I think he has the heart of Kapsabet at heart. Because, Honorable Speaker, this thing actually has been a long overdue, the way other Honorable members has been putting, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, if actually fail when we have funds to ensure that the work is done, Honorable Speaker, I think you can visit that sub-county headquarters, Honorable Speaker, like Gabiet. You will find there's a serious mess, Honorable Speaker. Because if you cannot plan and finish the project, which has been approved by this Honorable House, Honorable Speaker, on time. In fact, the other time when we were passing the charter for the municipality, Honorable Speaker, we used a record time, I think of about around 1 month, and we passed the charter. And up to now, Honorable Speaker, there is nothing going on, which I think when we see now the work is being done, this time the phase, I think, which is not good, Honorable Speaker, and the work being done here, you cannot be happy, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think this committee, because I can see it is a strong team, Honorable Speaker, which actually when we work at this thing and we come up with a good report, Honorable Speaker, which will go in history that there were some members, Honorable members, who did their work, Honorable Speaker. And I think, Honorable Speaker, the way Honorable Mengech was saying is that these are the grants which are loan, which our children will pay, Honorable Speaker, for some time. And you find that, Honorable Speaker, when these funds are embezzled by those people who doesn't care about the people of Nandi, Honorable Speaker, I think we should take somebody, the way Honorable Mengech has been saying, we should take somebody by the balls, Honorable Speaker, and ensure that we work so that the work can be done, Honorable Speaker. So so if there is a failure on anybody, Honorable Speaker, we should not spare, because these are the grants we have been given, and it should be used probably, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this assembly has been honorable. We have been passing the budget in record time, supporting the agenda of the Nandi, especially our headquarters, Honorable Speaker. And after now, we are not seeing any progress, Honorable Speaker. In fact, when you go to Asingishu, that's Eldoret, Honorable Speaker, you will be so embarrassed, because the same grants they are receiving, like the Nandi County, are doing a lot of work, Honorable Speaker. When you go to the back streets, all of the back streets are being repaired, Honorable Speaker. And when you come here in Nandi, only a footpath, it takes about 2 years, Honorable Speaker. So I think, Honorable Speaker, the way Honorable Jeruyat was serious on this, I'm also serious, I'm equally serious, and we will take the bull by the balls, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, I support.
Honorable Fred, want to give right of reply?
Ya kwanza nashukuru Mheshimiwa kwa kuchangia hii mswada, Mheshimiwa Spika. Ya pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kujulisha Mheshimiwa kwamba haya mambo nimezunguka kwa kila ofisi kuuliza, na nimeshangaa Mheshimiwa wote kumbe walikuwa wananisaidia kuhakikisha kwamba macho ya kaunti ya Nandi imekuwa. Pia nilishukuru Mheshimiwa Nandi. Kuna siku alikuwa ameleta mswada hapa, yani tumaliza Kapsabet, tena Nandi sikuwa municipality. Yale mambo yote haiwezekani kwa sababu mwaka imeisha. Hii mambo inafunikwa hivi, na tunaona italeta shida. Unajua kama sisi kama wao tungepata kazi mapema, tungeenda Nandi, Mosoria, Kabiet, hiyo matauni kubwa tungeenda pale. Na hiyo pesa ya World Bank, Mheshimiwa Speaker. Lakini ukiangalia sasa vile inatembea, kuna mambo mengi. Hiyo barabara iko na mgoi. Unajua nilishangaa. Yaani ukiwa kwa ile lami ya kitambo hiyo, ukianzia ofisi ya municipal mpaka Namgoi, unaenda straight. Lakini ukiangalia hii ya kutembea na mguu, inaenda kwa milima, inateremka chini. Ndio ikawezesha mimi nishangae kama mlemavu atakuwa na ile gari yake ya kwenda Nambu, itabidi akuje kwa barabara, kwa sababu hawezi panda milima akishuka. Hiyo italeta shida, kwa sababu nani atasukuma hiyo barabara? Ilikuwa inasaidia walemavu wale watu wasuri watembee kwa njia mzuri. Lakini ukiangalia vile hao watu wanatengeneza ile mchanga nyeusi, kwanza haijatolewa chini, wameweka maram juu ya hiyo mchanga nyeusi. Ukiangalia sasa hiyo mchanga haiwezi shikilia hiyo lami nyamaze. Ndio unaona tumesema, nimeomba waheshimiwa wale watakuwa kwa hiyo kamiti tuhakikisha kwamba sisi tufanye hiyo kazi. Ndio hiyo ndio kazi tumechakuliwa nayo, tusaidiane. Na pia ningeambia waheshimiwa kwamba tusunguke pia kwa mabarabara nini kila mahali, kwa sababu ni kazi yetu, ili wananchi wajue kwamba tunafanya kazi. Na nawaambia mheshimiwa, tukianza kazi hivi hakuna hata mtu mmoja atabaki nyumbani, sisi wote tutachaguliwa kwa sababu ya kazi mzuri. Hapo stage kuna vyoo ilijengwa pale, na ile ya kusuia jua iko pale. Ukiona ile pesa imewekwa hapo, nafikiri mtashangaa. Hiyo lami ya stage nimepima ni mita 200, lakini wamelipa milioni 14, na tuliambiwa kilomita moja ni milioni 6 kuweka tu lami peke yake. Hiyo haikuwekwa maram, haikuwekwa mawe. Ukiangalia mambo kama hayo, mheshimiwa Spika, ni shida. Ndio unaona nimejaribu kuleta mswada tuhakikisha kwamba kama nikuleta mswada ya kufukuza mtu wangesema hapana, lakini sasa tutaenda kuchunguza na najua tutapata mengi. Ukiangalia sewage, nafikiri ndawaletea mapicha. Ile ya kitambo wameweka ile ya concrete, lakini sasa hivi ni plastic ile ya maji, ati inafunikwa chini. Walikuja pale kwangu wananchi wakafukuza, wakaambia leteni nini inaonyesha kwamba ilikuwa hii, wakatoroka mpaka leo. Na nafikiri tutafanya hiyo kazi kwa njia mzuri, tusaidiane na waheshimiwa. Na nimeona wale wameweka pale ni wale wamesoma, wanaelewa. Kila mtu anajua nini inaendelea, huwezi kumdanganya. Atanidanganya lakini hawezi danganya wale waheshimiwa wengine. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Well put, Honorable Member for Kapsabet. I will then proceed, Honorable Members, to put a question on the motion on the establishment of status of Kenya Urban Support Program project in Kapsabet Municipality. Will as many as of the same opinion say aye? Aye. Over contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So the committee has worked to report within 14 days, and I'm sure the clerk's office will be able to liaise with the immediately after this plenary, so that they can be able to have their first sitting to be able to deliberate. So within 14 days, we expect a report from the same committee. Next order.
Adjournment.
Honorable members, this sitting is adjourned until the next normal sitting.